Work, work, work. Sometimes it seems like it's all we do. We're going to talk about worthwhile work today in older practical proverbs for the older student. I'm Dara with Abiding Truth Ministry. Prepare your work outside and make it ready for yourself in the field. Afterwards, then build your house. Proverbs 24:27. Yesterday, we talked about how God created us for work and how we're to work with all of our heart and our mind as unto the Lord. Let's talk about some specifics today. Said yesterday that God has created you with a particular purpose, a plan, desires in your heart, talents, gifts. I encourage each of you to go online and Google spiritual gifts inventory and take one of those spiritual gifts inventory. I like the one uniquely you. And it'll give you an idea too of what type of work you should go into. And then list all of your things that you love to do, what you think you might want to do, even if you're not specific, but you want to work with people, or you prefer to do math at your desk, or whatever it is that you do. Make a list of all those things. Then begin to look up different careers that would be available to you in doing those things. We're going to talk today about having a plan. If we don't have a plan, then we won't get to where we want to go. And high school is a good time to start that plan. If you're headed towards college, there are certain classes that you need to take. If you're heading towards a tech school, or you're wanting to be a deep sea fisherman or a mom, then there's different courses that you should take in high school to prepare you for those things. If you want to be a missionary, a language would be a very helpful thing for you to go ahead and start getting under your belt, as well as some Bible courses. And so you need to have a plan. And if you're not sure yet what you want to do, that's okay too. I encourage you to go on a college course, getting all the math and English and science and history that you need in order to go into a college, either junior college or college, and get a business degree. It can go in so many different directions if you just really don't have an idea of what it is that you want to do. And maybe somewhere along the way, God will say, hey, that's it. And something will click for you and you'll be able to take off on that direction. It's hard to move a semi truck that's sitting still. It's hard to turn a semi truck that's sitting still. But if we're moving in a direction, God can move us and turn us. So we just need to be moving forward, walking in faith, doing the next thing next, knowing what that plan is looking like. And if you're not sure what that plan is like, just keep doing what God puts before you. I helped a young man, he wanted to become a deep sea fisherman, figure out his high school curriculum. He weighed all of about 98 pounds, so we definitely put 4 years of weight training in there. And by the time he graduated, he was a big guy. For science, in physics, we did boat things. We did marine things. Figured out what equipment were on a deep sea fisherman's boat, and he had to be able to take them apart and put them together. For science, he did marine biology, so he would be able to recognize all these fish. And so he went off and he did that, and he's had a wonderful career with that. So think about what it is you want to do and what classes. I regret not having my pilot son take some of his piloting classes during his high school years. He was in Civil Air Patrol, did search and rescue. He got to fly some. But looking back, I wish we'd gone ahead and done that. You can apprentice. I have a friend who wanted to go into automobile mechanics. And so through high school, he apprenticed at a auto shop. And he did not get paid for that time, but they got some extra work and he got the training. And that really helped to prepare him for what he was going to do. All right, in Luke 14, we're going to be talking about yielding our relationships and earthly possessions up to God. And he talks about two people that need to be good planners, since we're talking about planning today. And we're going to ask you, what are these two people and what did God ask them to do and how to do it? What the essence of this whole lesson today is, whatever we do, we need to turn it over to Jesus. He turns it back to us in wonderful ways, often in ways that we would not have even thought or comprehended, ways that we never would have dreamed, but always for our good. Always for our good. I could give you lots of stories about that. I'm sure you have stories in your life where you were going this way and you thought, this is what God wants. And then all of a sudden something happened, the door was shut. But maybe God opened another door or window over here and he guided you this way. The Bible tells us in Proverbs that we can plan our steps, but God is going to chart our course. And so we need to allow him to do that, knowing that He is a good God and He loves us. Another main thought of today's lesson is that every decision you make will limit later decisions. If you make a decision to go to medical school, then you're going to be limited to a career in the medical field. You're not going to be able to turn around and become a lawyer or something else unless you change your degree. Each decision, the decision about who you're going to marry, when you're going to marry, when you're going to have kids, where you're going to live, what kind of job you're going to be doing, all these things limit future options. So when you're making these big questions, these big decisions on page one, on the second page of your lesson, I'm on page 130, but I don't think it's the same in your book. It gives you some questions to ask yourself to help you determine the course of action that you need to take in any decision, really. Number one, does it follow God's moral code? Is it something I've desired to do, etc.? So make sure you read through that and Philippians 4 and 6. The peace of God that passes understanding will guard your heart and your mind. If you're not sure what you want to do, that's okay. Relax. Do the next thing next and pray that God will give you an idea, a desire, a plan to as you go forward. Thank you and have a great day.